Well, here we go again. My name is David Hughes Jr. and in today's video we got another Kevin Samuels reaction video, man. But before we get into the video, man, go ahead and hit the checklist. Go ahead and hit it, man. Go leave a like on this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you can get notified when I upload videos, man. We on our way to 400 subscribers, man. All that good stuff, man. But I just want to go ahead and get into this video, man. This is Kevin Samuels joint. And it is We Are Educated and Make Money. Why Do Need Men? That title, though. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this one.
So,
what's your disagreement?
my disagreement is just basically about the fact that Black women shouldn't have to feel obligated to smile to Black men. We're holding a lot of trauma. We're holding a lot of problems, mental health issues.
Hold on. How old are you?
24.
24? Look, I'm gonna say this before I let Kevin Samuels go in, man. 24, you ain't then had no problems like that. I already can tell you ain't had no problems like that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on in the world, and you mean to tell me you calling on this show and you just holding so much trauma and so much anger and so much of this and so much of that, and then the fact that she uses we. It kind of gets me when people say we. When you say we, you insinuating that you feeling the same thing that somebody else is feeling. There's plenty of people out here going through different things, but when people say that we, they don't say I'm going through a lot of things. I then had a lot of trauma. She specifically said we, like you going through the same thing that other people are going through. Anyway, let's continue. Kevin Samuels, what you got?
I'm gonna say this one more time. I need you to pay attention. I need all Black women to pay attention. The world does not owe you understanding or me understanding. If you have all this trauma, go seek professional help.
I agree.
Because the rest of us do not have to suffer you.
Okay, it's easy to tell Black women and Black people in the Black community to get help.
Whose responsibility is it to get the help they need?
But it's not available readily to our community.
That is bullshit.
With the wealth gap growing,
whose responsibility is it to get the mental health they need? Who?
It is ultimately the responsibility of us to get the mental health that we need. But I'm letting you know that we are very underserved.
Us.
You can't make this stuff up. So you say we're underserved. You got to tell me that the therapists that already exist are overloaded. We don't go get help, ma'am. You just had a therapist on here before. I talked to psychiatrists, and first of all, you understand who you're talking to. I know hundreds of, anyway. What do Black people tend to deal with? How do Black women tend to deal with their mental health issues? With a licensed clinician?
Talk to their friends. Oh, that too.
That is what's pushed to us since from the age of we are little.
No, ma'am. I asked who. Let's see. I asked who they see. We're not gonna play. I'm not gonna play the lily pad game. Did they go to a clinician or did they go to the church?
The church most often.
All right, and these are educated. Most of these women are educated, and they've heard about therapy. They make the choice not to go. No different than, I'm gonna switch it up. No different than women understand and hear that being 200 pounds and 5 foot tall is unhealthy. But yet 80% of our women are overweight and 80% of that is obese. They know the truth. They choose to do something else.
The narrative pushed to us most often is that.
Hold on, before she started talking, I want to talk about this specific point that he said. Do they go to church or do they tend to go seek professional help? I don't think it's a problem with necessarily going to church to seek help on trying to get, you know what I'm saying, relief from your trauma. I don't necessarily think that's an issue. However, there's nothing wrong with going to church and then saying, well, you need to go seek professional help. And I feel like that's what more people in the church should start saying. Like, you need to go seek some help because you really got some things going on. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't try to seek the correct help, over time, you're just going to get the same answer and you're going to get the same results. And that's what we've been getting for years. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? If somebody goes to church and seek the answers, that's fine. But I don't necessarily believe that church is the first place they tend to go. I think it tends to be their friends who are in the same predicament that they are in. And then the cycle continues. I don't necessarily believe that they go there first. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they go there first. Because a lot of times you hear, okay, let's take the church angle. You hear, okay, you pray and everything's going to be okay. But you're not going to get rewarded by just praying and doing nothing. Okay. By trying to fix yourself. So you need to go fix yourself, get professional help, which they don't. I know a lot. I got friends now. I got people I know now. I got acquaintances who could go seek some kind of help for anything. And it's not necessarily women. I'm not even just talking about women. I'm just talking about in general. Black people don't believe in going to see a therapist. It's something wrong with going to go see a therapist. You know what I'm saying? And me growing up, I can think about myself being 19, 20. If you went to a therapist, that means you just messed up. And people don't want that persona and don't want that put on them. They don't want that image on them. They don't want that image on them. Okay. And so what happens is the idea of going to go seek a professional help is just thrown out of the window. And like I said, I think the first place they go is to their friends to go seek any type of help for trauma. And their friends are in the same kind of trauma. And so how are two people who stuck in the damn ditch gonna get each other out? Explain that to me. How are two people stuck in the ditch gonna get themselves out if they can't climb or jump? Oh man, let's keep going. This is funny. She too young for this.
A big ass. He wants, a thick lady.
Accountability is kryptonite to modern women.
Wait. What's this?
You say the traumas? If I accept them, then you got to do something about them. Because what about the traumas that the black man has to deal with? But we still have to get out here and be functioning people in society, contributing. You don't get to walk around and say, have a special victim status.
No, sure
I'm
don't
not
get
saying
that.
we should have a special victim status, but our circumstance is different. We are women.
We are
less
You're 24 years old. Is your circumstance harder or easier than your grandmother and your great grandmother?
Exponentially easier. We have access to information we didn't have.
Exponentially easier, but you're handling it worse. Your grandmother and your great grandmother actually could work with a black man with more trauma.
Because they understood that the black woman and the black man are on the same side. Now that we are all free and independent and we could do whatever we want to, why would we seek to, be one with the black man? We think that being...
Thank you.
What?
Thank you. Clip it, slice it, put it on World Star. She said it, not me. Now that you're independent, you don't
clip it, slice it, put it on World Star.
There you go. And there you go.
Boom. She kind of like interjecting while he trying to point out the fact that she literally just exposed the entire truth. And it's almost like she was dancing around the point, and then she finally just had to let it out. What's really going on in her mind and what she really trying to say. Why do we have to be one with men? Because we now have all this stuff done and all this stuff figured out. However, as Kevin Samuels pointed out, life is much easier now, but we tend to make it harder. We tend to complain more now, though things are easier than ever before. We tend to make more complaints. And when I do these reaction videos, he's speaking specifically to her, but I try to kind of put everything together into to make an entire point that this does not just pertain to this one person. This pertains to a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? But in her case, first off, she's 24 years old. I'm 25. I'm not too much older than her. And I can tell you right now, the things that I've seen, I work in a clinic and I see a lot of different stuff. And we at our age, we haven't been through half of the things that a lot of people have been through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying being 24, you couldn't have been through some traumatizing things. But she's on there to seek help for her. but she want to generalize it and make it about everybody. We as black women, we as this, we as this. What about black men? What about us? And then she said another thing I want to touch on real quick before I continue the rest of the video and get the video done. She said, we as black women, when he asked about, you know what I'm saying, her traumas and stuff like that, we as black women, we're different. We feel. So you saying black men don't feel anything. We're just emotionless. We don't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just suppressed emotions. So how is that? How is that? How is that? Black women just ain't got no feeling. We just emotionless creatures. You know what I'm saying? You just emotionally creatures. That's exactly what she's insinuating. That's just utterly ridiculous. But anyway, let's continue the video and get my final thoughts on this.
There it is. She's finally got one to say it.
Build businesses with us.
Your grandmothers, and your great grandmothers had more trauma.
I'm gonna talk on that for a second.
More stress and did it better. They have exponentially less and they're handling it worse. But it's because they're free and can do what the hell they want to. They'll need to be with you. So you don't need to feel any guilt for taking care of you. For putting yourself first and making your passion, your purpose, your priority. You don't need to feel guilty because this 24-year-old woman just said it. They don't feel any guilt about it. Thank you.
That is it. Anyway, I want to talk about that last thing she said, something about building businesses. First of all, I don't think it will be anybody who would want to build a business. Any man will want to build a business with a woman with an ideology is that. So she need to work on herself on that perspective. And another thing, I want to say this. I want to take it and put it into my own, you know what I'm saying, come from my own perspective, come from my own mind frame right now. I'm in the process. I'm engaged right now. So I have a different perspective on these type of videos. And I watched these with my fiance. Maybe we enjoy Kevin Samuels a lot. I reacted to another video and I made the point that married couples watch Kevin Samuels just fine. It was a video. You go check it out on my channel. It was called The Lady Explains the Problem with Kevin Samuels. But anyway, I was just talking on this briefly. She talked about building businesses and building things up together. I do believe that men and women can build things up. And you might have a different perspective on that. You might have a different perspective on that. You might believe that men and women can't build things up. You might believe that men should do their own thing, go their own way, solo wolf, and then the woman should just follow the entire time. Now, I'm not saying that things will be on an equal playing field that way. What I'm saying is nothing wrong with finding you somebody, you know what I'm saying, and then y'all building things from the ground up. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same business per se. It can be y'all both growing your wealth together. It can be you both growing a family together. It can be things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same business and the same thing, because I really do believe you shouldn't mix business and pleasure together in terms of a business. Now, if y'all got a YouTube channel or something like that around that kind of thing, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Or if y'all doing like, you know, I seen people go and do like flipping houses and stuff together. Something like that, you know, is different. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off subject. But what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with finding you somebody and y'all building things up from the ground up. However, everybody, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of these women nowadays are not the right one for you to be trying to do that thing with, trying to build something from the ground floor. But I will tell you, I do believe that it's possible. I want to know what y'all think about that down in the comment section below. But anyways, look, man, this video is done very, 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 very powerful video here. And what I mean by that is she just said what a lot of women thinking. They don't need you. They don't need you. They can do their own thing. So just remember that. And a lot of men get into relationships because they want to be needed. But she don't need you. Remember that. Man, I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Look, remember this. Continue to grind. Also continue to shine, man. Man, we got to put in work. It's our time. I'll see y'all in the next video. My name is David Hughes Jr. and I'm out.